Today started out like any other treasure hunting day, but I had no idea that what I was going to find was going to lead me down a rabbit hole for 2 months. I filmed this footage 2 months ago, and it took me that much time to learn what I needed to learn to share this video with y'all. I had to buy this book because of it, relating to the find, and I cannot wait to show y'all. Let's get the adventure started. Natalie and I are walking the creek, making our way to the old dump. And of course, we are eyeballing the creek, looking for marbles and such on the way to the dump, because you never know what other kind of cool stuff you're gonna find. As you can see, there's a lot of bricks and glass and things. And a, what is that, a bike chain or something? Here's a chain with like a loop on each end. That's kind of strange. Natalie's pulling out a quite modern bottle. There's like this metal thing. I got the first find, babe, and I don't know how we're gonna top it. It's an action figure.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this. Look at this guy. Hey, he's got a, oh, is that an R right there? I thought it was a K for a second. Yes. This is glorious right here. Well, I guess since we picked it up, we'll take it out of the creek. Yep. And that's it. That's the find of the day right there. Oh, there's some old glass right there. Look at that purple. Oh my gosh, that is thick. And it turned lavender because there's manganese in the glass, and it reacted with UV and turned a lavender color. Here's some sort of cork style bottle. Boop. It is unembossed and it's chipped at the lip, but looks like a decent age there. I wonder what would have gone in that. Maybe some sort of medicine. I just saw a little bit of this jar popping out, and I kicked it out of the sand, and it turns out it was embossed. Lander. Never heard of it. It could be old-ish. It could be from the 20s or 30s, but I'm not sure on that one. That would have been a nice old whiskey flask. Oh, wow, actually. That would have been an embossed old whiskey flask. I can't even tell what that is. Oh, it's a pictorial of like a bird or something. Dang it, that would have been a cool flask right there. Look, that's blown in the mold too. That's old. Aww, I have never seen that.
To cut that out.
Yeah, we might hold on to that just to even do some more research, because that's interesting. There we go. A little marble. That's a nice pretty one right there. Sitting right in this little clay hole. Look at all the little clay holes right here. I actually started looking at them closer because I noticed all this metal. Bunch of nails in this one right here that gathered. Kind of interesting. So I wonder if you could like metal detect in these little clay holes and find coins or something. Maybe. So we've arrived at the dump now, and something that makes this dump extra interesting is the age of the dump. I don't think that I've dug anything newer than about 1915 here. So all this stuff is pretty old, and most of it is around the 1890s or very early 1900s, right at the turn of the century. So this is a very old dump. That means it's very sparse. There's a lot less trash back then. That was before the big booms of the 1920s and everything. So a lot more sparse, but man, we have found some incredible stuff here at this dump that I'm probably showing you on the screen right now. So we're very excited to be back and to learn more about what was going on here. I think this was probably some sort of household dump. So we're gonna keep on digging and see what other kind of cool treasures we can find. This right here is the tool that is gonna help us find treasure right here. Because of the sparseness of the dump, it's actually usually a little bit more productive just to probe, and you can hear complete bottles, or mostly complete. You'll hear like a thunk. You can tell when it's glass, and you can tell when it's a brick usually, or something else. So basically, I'm just gonna be randomly probing like this for hours and hours until I hit something. And hopefully when I hit it, it's something good, which happens a lot at this dump. So that is most of the method right there today. The probing has begun, you know, like what the aliens do. Just kidding. And I dug this out. It's a CBW, Valdosta, Georgia, slug plate soda. I think that stands for Crown Bottling Works. Too bad that's all busted up. It's actually already got a little bit of a lavender tint to it, so it must have sat out, but it is broken. However, whoop, leave that there. Up here, I don't know if y'all can hear that through the camera. It sounds like an intact bottle that I just hit, so we're gonna go for that one now. Might take a while, there's a lot of roots, but let's do it. Okay, I think it's loose. It's either something broken or it might be like an ink bottle because it's really short.
Small.
It's really short.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a broken soda.
Oh.
Okay. That sounded so solid.
It did.
And it was just that. Just a broken soda bottle. All right. Time to probe out the next one. Ooh. I very hastily dug out this gorgeous bottle while Natalie was away. She's been helping me film, but she wasn't there. So I was like, whatever, man, I'm just gonna dig it out. And I dug out this absolutely beautiful whiskey bottle. It's in perfect condition. There's some bubbles in there. It's blown in a mold. That's right around the turn of the century, probably 1900, 1901-ish or so. What a beautiful bottle. I cleaned it off a little bit, and I can't wait to see it fully cleaned up. And just right in here, somewhere right there, I hit something else that felt pretty solid. So let's get to digging and see what that was. There's a bottle right here that I probed. I don't recognize it. It looks strange. Ooh. Oh, it's so short. It's so short.
Whoa.
What is he? Oh, it's got embossing on it.
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
Is it green?
Johann Hoff.
Oh, cool.
That's so cool.
Pretty.
I've never heard of that. Johann Hoff. Yeah, it's like a green. Oh, God, that's old.
Was that like a whiskey?
Shoot, probably a whiskey bottle. Dang, that thing's nice. It's in wonderful condition. I can't wait to clean that up, too. It's so short.
It is
Look
very
how short
short.
it is. I did not expect that. Johann Hoff. Gonna have to look that one up. That sounds cool. Wow. That looks old. I bet that's like 1890 or earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. This is kind of cool right here, y'all. Look what Natalie dug up. It says something Gills Fasteners, and is part of this tin. Unfortunately, it's all just destroyed, but that will be cool to look up. I think it's Gills or McGill's Fasteners. That should be enough to be able to look it up and maybe figure something out. Also, look at that. That Natalie dug up, my goodness. Part of this, I mean, she's been digging up all kinds of pieces of that. That would have been such a beautiful giant butter churn or jug or something. Mm-hmm. Ah, that is so cool. Natalie spots a bottle.
There's something.
Oh, something else there, too?
Yeah, there's a lot of this, like...
Oh, that might be broken. It wiggled.
What did?
That bottle.
This did?
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably is.
It looks like a sauce jar type bottle.
Yeah. I don't know if I can get it anyway.
Let me see. I think I can get it. Might not be broken, actually.
Get it.
Oh, it's cute. It's not broken. Awesome. Oh, it actually has a little lip chip.
It is broken.
Some sort of olive jar or something like that, though.
Yeah.
Neat. Let me tell y'all what, this is some unconventional bottle hunting.
Oh my gosh.
I feel a bottle.
Get it.
What is it?
The swamp's trying to take it.
Oh, the swamp already took it. I'm just trying to get it back. What? It feels weird. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This is a weird shaped bottle. I don't know what
Let me go. Let me zoom in real quick. Did you get it?
No, I can't get it. It's like stuck in there.
Oh my gosh.
What is it's shaped so weird. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm ever going to get this thing out of here. Oh, look at that.
Do you want my little shovel to like get some of the mud out?
That's just going to stay in there forever because it just keeps pouring back in.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's groundwater. It's all groundwater.
Yeah.
I just have to get to where I can get on one side of the bottle, either the top or the bottom. Oh, I feel the...
You look like you're noodling.
Oh, I'm noodling. I think it's coming. Yes, I feel it. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a sauce bottle.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, what is that thing?
I don't know.
It's a sauce bottle, but I've never seen one with that kind of bottom on it. Whoa.
It's ribbed.
That's cool. Oh, actually,
wait,
it says
there's stuff on it.
What does it say? Capacit? Capacit. What does that mean?
Capacity?
Oh, capacity, 10 ounces. This ring capacity is 10 ounces. This is the weirdest bottle I've ever found.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of a cool bottle.
Yeah, I like it.
It's definitely a different type of sauce jar than I've ever found before, so I will accept it. Cool. This is gross. Last time Natalie probed here, she probed out a hutch, so I think it's wise to let her hold the probe for a little while and find us another hutch. That doesn't quite sound like glass. It might be a brick, but we have to check because it might be something stoneware.
Yes. A jug. A ginger beer.
Uh-oh, I see the color and I don't like it.
No.
Looks like a brick. I mean, you know, there could be a word on the brick.
Yes. I feel like we felt two things.
There was definitely a piece of glass or something on top of it.
Gotcha.
Come on, Bricky. Here it is.
Aww.
It was a brick. No words on it. Just a busted brick. That's okay. Just pulled that out. That's part of a big old champagne bottle or something. Nice green glass. Too bad it's all busted up. We'll keep looking. My little hole's kind of funny down here. Oh, look at this gigantic brick
What?
that I just pulled out of there. And I pulled it out and then I felt under it with my hand where it was, and there was a medicine bottle. And I pulled it about halfway out of the hole and I saw words on it, so I threw it back in the hole so Natalie could come film it, because this thing's embossed.
Wow.
Look at that. Oh, it's a Valdosta, Georgia med.
Aww.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Ingram and Ramsey Druggists, Valdosta, Georgia.
I love the embossing.
That is one of the coolest bottles ever. Oh, it's fully intact too.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't smash it, because I just put my shovel under that brick and pried it up, and this thing was right under it.
Yes.
And it did not break. I've never heard of that before. Ingram and Ramsey Druggists, Valdosta, Georgia.
We'll have to look them up.
Look at that. That is so cool, man. Natalie got all excited and threw this little tiny bottle towards me. She said, a tiny bottle. And then I was like, hey, it's embossed.
Aww.
It's funny because it looks like a bromo seltzer style, but it's definitely not in it. Let's see what it says. Pepsin Seltzer, Drug and Chemical Co., Baltimore, Maryland. That's really cool. Wow, I like that little bottle. It's beautiful. Working on a bottle right down here, y'all. It looks like a big, giant chemical bottle of some sort. It's not embossed on this side. I'm hoping it's embossed on the other side. But it might just be a slick one. But it looks like it'll be a cool bottle either way. Give me just a minute and I'll have it ready to go. All right. Here she comes. Oh, it is unembossed. But it is a very neat bottle. Oh, there's a big old giant crack all through it. That is sad. That's a cool bottle. It's slick, but nice and old. Too bad about that big crack in there. A lot of cracks in that one. Oh well, that's how it goes. I got some sort of bottle getting ready to go right here. It's a ketchup bottle. Yes, a ketchup bottle, unembossed. Nice early one, though, full of ketchup. Just kidding, it's water. Oh, yeah. Oh, yum. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, nice early ketchup bottle. People like ketchup. Got a bottle ready to go right here. Pretty certain it's an ER Durkee salad dressing. It is a massive one, full of some delicious goo. That might be the salad dressing still in there. Yep, they'll say right there. Yeah, look at all that sand coming out of there. ER Durkee and Co. These are very, very common. This is a pretty big one, though, and it'll probably turn purple, so maybe we'll hold on to it since it's intact. Sometimes you bust your butt because you hear something with the probe that sounds super solid, and you spend a long time trying to get it, and it sounds so good, and you pull it out, and it's this. It's just this shard.
Yeah.
Shard of a flask. Probably would have been a cool flask, but it is mangled. As you can see, this is a very, very muddy place. Oh God, that just launched into my mouth. Oh God. Oh, and the roots too are like, they create catapults of dirt. Because you're flinging and then a root just knocks some dirt around. Look at Natalie's gloves, my gosh. He's dirty. This is some rich soil.
Yep.
This is some good stuff. Although I wouldn't probably use it to plant things because it's probably full of lead. And to dump things. This is a dump. Natalie got another one of those little bottles.
Yep.
What does it say?
Pepsin.
Same one?
Yeah.
Pepsin seltzer. That's neat. That's like pre-bromo or something. That is neat. Pepsin Seltzer Drug and Chemical Company. Baltimore, Maryland. Because I'm pretty sure the bromo seltzers are Baltimore, Maryland too. But these are a little different. That's neat. Well, we're doing great on the broken things. Look at these old tops popping out. Pieces of jug. Old brick. Part of a lid to something neat. Natalie over there getting similar stuff. Ish muddy, man. Look at my hand. Yes. That's delicious. Take you a look. Yum. There's a bottle popping out right there. It is an unembossed. Oh, it's already kind of a lavender color, though. It looks like it must have sat out in the sun at some point. It's just a chemical bottle, basic, or medicine or something along those lines. There's something embossed on the bottom I can't quite make out. I think it says 9808. Not sure what that stands for. Probably a mold number or something, but it's actually a pretty bottle. We'll keep it. We'll keep it laid in the sun for a while because, like I said, I think it might already have a little lavender tint to it. Look down there at the bottom. You can kind of see it. So, yeah, that's pretty. Nice old one. Natalie probed something else out there, and she's working on it now, so we'll see what that is in a minute. You can tell she's discouraged because she said it's probably broken. But she's also just being realistic because, yes, when you're digging dumps, most of everything is broken.
Yes.
It's that one or a few rare, beautiful, complete finds that you hope for. Well, looks like it was just this fragment of a red race ginger ale bottle. These are beautiful bottles. I have a couple of the other not so old variants, but never dug a complete one with this style yet, so hopefully one day. Look at that blue glass. This was kind of fun. I probed up in this hole, reached in there, and it's this little ketchup, just a kind of small sized one, smaller than I'm used to seeing. It's actually very pretty. I like it. I think I don't keep a lot of ketchups, but I think I'll keep that one. Yeah, that's a cool, smaller sized one right there. It is pretty. It is small. So Some sort of bottle there. Is it? Oh, it's embossed. Oh, Dr. King's new discovery for coughs and colds. That's the second one of those I've ever found right there. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the ingredients were chloroform, morphine, and alcohol for Dr. King's new discovery for coughs and colds. Oh yeah, that sure helped your cough and cold feel better, didn't it? Because he was possibly dead. That stuff is insane. It's a cool bottle though, really pretty one. Nice aqua color. Nice early one too, blown in a mold. Yeah, we'll take that. Too bad about that one. Would have said Lydia E. Pinkham's vegetable compound. They're very pretty bottles, they're common. But look at, you can see that aqua color there. That would have been a nice bottle. Possible bottle? Oh. Oh, it's unembossed. Of course it is. No. Dang, that's a cool little bottle. Pretty little medicine. Oh, no. It's got a big old crack right there, else I would have kept it and turned it purple. But it's got a lip chip there, too. Oh, man. What a shame that is not a complete bowl. Dude, look at the glaze on there. Whew. Oh my gosh. I think I might just keep that piece because it's so pretty. I can figure something out to do with it, maybe. Wow. Hey, the rest of it's in there. That's beautiful. Look at that. Another wee bottle hiding down there. Oh, it's a medicine. It would have had a paper label. It is unembossed. Nice looking medicine though. Nice and old. That one hurts right there. Y'all, that would have been a Pepsi Cola bottling company, Valdosta, Georgia. Oh, that hurts. That is beat up. Dang it, man. That is so sad. Maybe one day. Oh my goodness, everybody. Look at this. I very excitedly ran over to Natalie because I just like reached up in the hole over there that I was working on. And I probed and I hit something hard and I just reached my finger back there. And it was this cute. Oh, it's got a C on the bottom. Aww. It's a little tiny little stoneware jar.
Cute.
Oh my God, I love it so much. Oh, that is so beautiful. What do y'all think would have been inside this little guy here?
Jam.
Natalie says jam. I think that someone had the eyeball of their enemy in it. Is Natalie was like, really? She just looked at me like, what is your problem? Yes. All right. So, I hit this. It is ceramic.
Yes.
Is it a jug? Is it a complete jug? Is it going to be our first complete jug out of the spot? Oh my God, there's the top of it.
No way. Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's huge.
Dude, oh, it feels intact.
Oh my gosh.
They're all busted out of here. I'm terrified right now. I am. Okay, I got to be so careful because I don't know where the handle is, if there's a handle on it.
It's funny because we saw that half of one.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
It needs more work. It needs more work. Look how muddy it is.
It's so muddy here.
Just like sloppy. Oh, I feel the handle. Oh, I feel the handle, baby. Oh.
Oh my gosh. Ah, yes.
Check that out. It's a whole jug.
That's so cool.
Dude, look at the glaze on that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, wow.
We have to wash it off.
We gotta wash that off, dude. Look at the glaze on that.
Yes. Good job, babe.
Can you believe that thing? Look at that thing.
I'm amazed. Yeah, it's perfect.
That is crazy. I'm gonna drink all of it. How in the heck was that right there? I just probed and hit something and it was that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you want some of that? You want some of that? All right, we're gonna rinse this thing off and get another look at it real quick. Let's do that now. Wow. Can y'all believe that. That is so beautiful. How is it intact?
It's perfect.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I don't see any sort of maker's marks or anything. That kind of looks like an H or something right there on the handle. I don't know if that's what that is or if it just happened to look that way. Get a little closer on there, baby, if you can, actually. Oh, look at the glaze on it.
The glaze is so nice.
It's so beautiful.
Can't believe
that is the first intact jug I've ever dug in my life. And I want to vomit now.
I can't believe somebody would throw that away.
Yeah. I don't even know how old this thing is. It looks old.
It looks, yeah.
This has got to be 1890s.
It looks like really crude.
All right, so Kyle, I think you sent me the photo of this like right after you found it.
Absolutely.
And I checked my phone, and I was instantly excited for you and jealous. Okay.
How could you not? Look how beautiful it is.
Do you remember years ago we were looking for fossils, and I found like a jug, not nearly as cool or as old as this, but
I do remember that.
Ever since then, I've been very into these things.
Yes.
But that one's next level.
It's beautiful. I didn't understand it when like we were digging it out, and once I got it wiped off and saw that glaze, I was like, what is that? It's
That's
like
such a good
the
feeling.
most beautiful glaze I've ever seen.
Isn't that such a good feeling when you find something you're like, I don't even know what this is.
Yeah,
It's too cool. I gotta go learn. I gotta go learn.
Well, I had no idea, and I was like, that this couldn't have been. A lot of times that the jugs would have a stamp on them for a company or something like that, or a grocery store would say something grocers or whatever. And this has none of that. Like, there's none of these like types of stenciling that you get on the jugs. It just has this glaze. But what I did notice is the H.
Oh yeah, I think you sent me a photo.
There's
of
an
that.
H stamped on the handle. So that was my immediate reaction to that H was, I can learn about this jug through that H somehow. Some way. That H is a treasure map.
There you go. You just gotta hunt it down.
The H is a treasure map, and so yeah, that eventually led me to this book right here. But the first thing I did in regards to trying to figure that out was actually texting a friend of mine and my dad's in South Georgia who collects bottles. He's into jug collecting as well, and I told him about it, and he said it sounds like a Lanier County, Georgia jug. Based on the H, and he sent me some pictures of the ones he had with the H's stamped in the handle, but they looked completely different. I was like, okay, something's wrong. I sent him the picture of this one, and he said, nope. He said, not Lanier County. That actually looks like a Crawford County jug. And so this book talks about these Crawford County jugs, but basically the style of stamp or the type of glaze can kind of indicate where these jugs may have come from. And the stamps oftentimes on the handles here are initials of the names of the potter. Isn't that crazy cool?
Super cool.
So there's the potential to figure out a name, like who made that, and to learn things about the person who made these jugs, which is crazy.
So wild.
And so I started going down the rabbit hole. I got this book, Brothers in Clay, by John Burrison, and this is just a wealth of knowledge about these jugs, and there's still obviously a lot of mystery surrounding them too. But there's a section on Crawford County pottery in this book. And so if we go right through here, actually, we can tell a little bit about how it got started in Crawford County. A man named James Long purchased 172.5 acres near a creek in Crawford County in 1826.
Whoa, that's way back there.
Isn't that crazy? By the name of James Long. And so his pottery is very well known, and there's a lot floating around out there with his initials on them. I think it's James Bradford Long, JBL. And so, as far as I know, there's no mention of an H in this book at all. I emailed John Burrison.
Oh, nice.
I emailed John Burrison and sent him photos, and he does not know who the H is either. He said there's a lot of stamps out there who we don't know the names of the people yet. And typically there are more than one initial, so it's kind of interesting that this one has one initial. But it's crazy to think about that. Like, it doesn't mean that this is from James Long's family. James Long, his brother, and his sons, and like a bunch of his family made these jugs throughout many years. But the thing is, there were also other potters in Crawford County who followed these same types of techniques to make the glaze and stuff too. So this isn't necessarily from James Long's family. This could be another family of potters that was in Crawford County. And it's crazy that it made its way pretty far. I was about 2.5 hours from there when we found it.
It's got to be, how many miles would that be approximately?
Probably a couple hundred miles, something
100
like
miles.
that.
That made a long way.
So that made it a long way from home back then, but they were, shipping stuff horse and buggy, and this was important stuff to have. This held goods.
Yep.
Held stuff like, alcohol for one thing, but like milk and stuff too, and like all kinds of other things.
I was going to ask because I don't know what would have been in there, but yeah, I mean that would have been an essential thing that you would have needed to have, like very important. Very important.
Yeah. And I remember one of the things I thought was right away when I found it, I was like, who would throw away such a beautiful jug?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same reason we were finding bottles and stuff in the dump too. Like back then, this was trash.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was looking at this and thinking, oh,
yeah,
yeah. Maybe people. I'm sure people did think it was like pretty.
Yeah.
Like obviously they put thought into it, but a lot of people just would throw them out when they were through with them because it was basically trash back in the day, and that's kind of incredible to think about.
Yeah.
That just being something that you would throw away, because the way we see it today is like, oh my goodness, I'm going to cherish this forever.
No, exactly. Yeah, one man's trash
is another man's trash.
Right? Like,
it's
like
crazy.
Somebody probably popped it open, took a sniff, was like, oh, that went bad, and just tossed it out. I was like, I'm not dealing with that.
Exactly. I remember Natalie was with me, and she said that immediately. Who would throw this away? That was her her straight reaction. Why would you even do that?
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about. But yeah, I knew immediately when we found it that this was a unique piece.
Oh yeah.
Just by seeing that glaze, it's like unlike anything I'd ever seen before. This is crazy, and it's crazy the mystery that's still surrounding it.
So does this book go over at all, like how they made that? Because oh, does it?
It does. Yeah, I mean, there's like all kinds of stuff in here.
Because I that thing looks crazy. Okay, like
right.
I don't know.
Well, so there is stuff right here. It actually tells a little bit about the type of materials that would have been used to do this. So let's see here. Right here. Details supplied by Otto Veach, not sure if I'm saying that last name right, in 1909. The glaze is a mixture of lime and swamp mud, or lime, swamp mud, and stream sand, and may be colored by a ground up silicious limonite, which occurs abundantly.
So these people were like geology nerds,
right?
They knew about different sands and clays and rocks.
Yeah, because this is an entire like stoneware clay thing, but this glaze was made by like heating up sand and mud and stuff and like pouring it on. It's crazy.
Wait, do we need to make one of these?
I want to make one. I want to learn how to make that stuff.
That would be so fun.
Could you imagine learning how to make such beautiful
I love the idea of learning how they used to do things a long time ago.
Right.
I love that idea.
Like, this is a timeless thing that, like, people, obviously still do it today.
Okay.
Right? This stuff is going to
yeah.
always be important.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love that this was made at a time when we didn't have all the equipment or all the tools that we may use today to make these things.
Exactly. It's crazy to think about. Yeah, they must have been somewhat limited on what they could do back then. But it's crazy. I mean, this book talks about all kinds of stuff. I guess there was like a whole, they had like a whole operation here on this property of this guy James Long's family. He's kind of listed as one of the first potters in Crawford County. Just like, they're all just him and his sons and his brothers and stuff, just making a bunch of pottery and shipping it all over the state of Georgia. It's crazy.
Wow.
Whoa. Look at that thing.
Some of these things are so...
I don't even know if we'll be able to see that in
Wow.
I'll get a B-roll shot if we have to, but that's a James Long piece.
I mean, this guy was going out. Like, this is just making art.
Right.
He's just making art.
That's art right there. It's incredible. Like, look at, here's some of these too.
Oh my, no.
Right?
How? What is this stuff?
Oh.
Is that like some of the rock stuff, or?
It is, yep. In the foreground is an assortment of paint rocks, limonite/hematite nodules, plowed up in Crawford County, and of the sort pulverized and used by potters as a glaze colorant. So they would just like mash up.
They were going and hunting rocks, pretty much.
They were hunting rocks to
grind up to make coloring for their artwork and their utility jugs and everything. That's so cool.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I want to do it. Because we know about rocks. We can find the right rocks.
Oh, yeah.
It's like there's something here. I can't remember what it was. There's like they would like break some of these rocks open and find like a powder inside them or stuff. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like, and they would use that.
I fully admit that, like, if we figured out how to do this, I'd replace all the stuff in my house that I use to drink from and to eat from. I'd have my own little bowls and everything out of stuff I made from clay.
Right.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be awesome. I would love to do that. It's actually, this might be a little bit dark. We'll talk about it just for a second.
Yeah.
So Ben Long's father, they're talking about James Long's son. Okay. Apparently, legend would have it that he passed away by falling into his clay mill. Holy crap.
That's horrifying.
That's terrifying.
Yep.
But like, just interesting history all around, right? Like this book's full of just crazy history, and what's crazy is that there's all this information in here, but there's still so much mystery surrounding all of it too. Because just stuff just gets lost.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, they never would have thought that would be something historically interesting in the future.
Right.
They were doing. Never in a million years.
Exactly. It's just what they did.
Yep.
They were doing it to basically to survive. Like, this was products. They were making products and shipping them across the state, trying to make some money probably. And they needed it to hold their stuff. Wow. To hold their drinks or whatever. Yeah. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
And like, you know that people also just went out of their way to like do fun stuff with it too, right? Like, where's some of these, like that,
like what,
like that,
no,
like that. That's what I want to make. I want to make some of these things.
Wow.
Like, what a beautiful, they're so beautiful.
It's always interesting how a little find can lead you down a whole road of books and learning about a whole thing that you never knew existed, and it's part of the fun of it. Like, it's the same thing with like the fossils that we've done a lot of times, rock hounding for certain things. You always bump into things that make you learn, that force you to learn. It's amazing. Yeah, and this find was just like in my face. Like, you gotta jump down that rabbit hole and you gotta figure this stuff out because it's that interesting. Yep. And I think it's just overall important to learn about the things that people did. I think it's extremely important to learn about before us, you know? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's very important to look into the past very often to see how they did things, how life was for them. I don't know. It's there. In some cases, we've forgotten a lot about that time, I think. Right. And no, I think that's an awesome thing. Being sent down the rabbit hole, learning all this stuff. Now teaching other people. You taught me some stuff, teaching these people here about it. I mean, that's part of the fun in it too, is like, I love this stuff so much, I do want to share it with as many people as possible. Yeah. It's like, we all can only benefit from us sharing our passions with each other. I absolutely agree with that. Firmly. It's like, that's a big part of why I love this stuff, is because people were passionate about it, and they talked about it, and they wrote books about it, and they did all this stuff, and to me, it was like, yes, this is all accessible stuff. It becomes accessible when we talk about it. We say, you can get out and do this. You can learn about it. That's important. That's very, very, very important. You can see it and touch it with your own hands. Look at this beautiful thing. You can just touch it. Listen to this. Oh, yeah. Oh, I feel it. It reverberates me. You can also make beautiful music with these jugs, right? But yeah, I mean, wow. Right? So cool. This is incredible stuff. Yeah. And I'll probably never find one of these ever again. To be honest with you, like, what are the odds? Probably very, very little. Yeah. Probably very, very little odds to find something like this again that we can pretty much say for certain is from Crawford County, Georgia. And yeah, it would be hard to identify a lot of certain lists of kind of stoneware without any markings on it. It's kind of hard to say where it came from. But this, we had the clues, and it led us down the rabbit hole to figure out a little bit of it, at least. Heck yeah. We don't know the whole story, and we probably never will, but that's where the imagination comes into mind, and that's a big part of the fun. Yeah, exactly. Like, I love that aspect of it just as much as knowing. You know, just the thought of not knowing as well has a lot of value. It does. Also. But, yeah, anyways, that's kind of what we learned about it, y'all. There's still more to learn. Maybe we'll go up to Crawford County one day and take a look at the clay and stuff they use. I was just thinking that. Like, I want to go see this place. Like, I want to touch it. Could you imagine, like just being in the creek where you know the materials came from to make this? I just want to touch it with my hands for no real reason other than to get that connection. No, like, there's a real thing with that. Right, something about that. big time. Like, cause I had that same feeling. Like, right, I want to try to do it and fail and realize that these people from way back then were just masters at what they did.
Right? Yeah.
Right?
I know for a fact that the first time we try this, it'd be rough.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we tried to make something like that, it would be rough. But I kind of feel like I would one day like to try to do it.
Yeah.
I would like to do it the old way.
Absolutely.
Like, figure out the methods that they used 100 years ago and more.
We're gonna be the brothers in clay.
We're gonna be the brothers in clay. I want to make these face things. That's what I want to make. I want to make the ones with the faces on them.
Nice.
But yeah. Anyways, if we end up, who knows? I'm sure we'll be back to that location to look for more. I think the odds of another one of these being there is probably 0. But it's a cool spot nonetheless. We've been able to learn a lot about history, and it's been great, and it's been great to share it with y'all. So thanks for coming along on the adventures. Thanks, Chris, for sitting down and talking.
Thanks for sharing
with me for this one right here. And we'll see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.